Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video episode on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian. Today we have a Beretta 3844 submachine gun that we're going to take a look at and do a little shooting. In addition to our Beretta, this was basically the standard Italian submachine gun of World War II in various iterations. We also have a German MP41. Mechanically, this is very similar to an MP40, but with a wooden stock instead of the folding stock from the MP40. And these weren't used in huge numbers by the German army, but they did see action in a lot of different areas. And we're going to take a look at shooting this as well, and do a little comparison between the two, see how we like them. So this is the final variation of the Beretta submachine gun. This was, so at this point they have gotten rid of the flutes on the barrel. The bolt it's very much like a Sten gun bolt or other typical low-cost submachine gun. It has a fixed firing pin, extremely simple. The early Berettas had a much more complicated mechanism to them. This uses 20 and 30 round and I believe also 40 round magazines. We have a little 20 rounder for it today. You'll see it has two triggers. The front trigger is for semi-auto, the rear trigger is for full auto. Other than that, this is a pretty dirt simple submachine gun. So let's load it up, see how it shoots. Alright, semi-auto first. About what you would expect for an open bolt gun. A little bit of a delay between when you pull the trigger and when the gun fires because the bolt has to travel forward, but that shouldn't be a problem in full auto. Has a very controllable recoil. It's only shooting 9mm Luger, and not a bad rate of fire, easy to handle. It's a nice little gun. I should also note, in later literature and sales, this basic exact gun was called the Beretta A5. They changed the name so that they could keep selling them after World War II without it being immediately obvious that it was 1930s design technology. So the MP41 also fires from an open bolt. This only has one trigger and it has a selector switch from semi to full auto. Uses a 30 round magazine, also bottom mounted like the Beretta. The MP41 is a little heavier, a little bulkier, a little longer stock. You can see the difference in length only looks like a couple inches, but the MP41 is larger in diameter on the receiver, has a heavier stock, and just bigger overall. The Beretta is definitely the nicer handling gun. So let's do a little bit of shooting with the MP41. See what it's like. And full auto. So it sounds a little odd saying this, but given the choice between this German gun and this Italian gun, I think I'd actually take the Italian. A little handier to carry, just feels a little nicer to shoot to me. Maybe that's weird, but there it is. Alright, let's take a quick look at the insides of these two submachine guns. We'll start with the Beretta. This is a very standard configuration. for this type of submachine gun in general. What we're going to do is push in the back cap and rotate it counterclockwise. So what we have are a series of lugs on the back of the receiver tube, and you can see these indented tabs on the cap. And that just allows this to go in kind of like an interrupted thread. Goes on, locks in place. And the guts are extremely simple. Our recoil spring is sort of locked in place on the back of the bolt here. This was one of the other later Beretta simplifications. And then our bolt, this is the sear, so when you pull the trigger, connector drops down away from this and allows it to slam forward. There's a fixed firing pin in the front. This fires from an open bolt, so it just picks a round up out of the magazine, pushes it forward into the chamber, and fires it as soon as it's fully chambered. Alright, now if we take a look at the German gun, the MP41, we have a pretty similar system, a little bit different. We push this locking tab in, and then rotate. So you can see the same sort of tabs on the back of the receiver here that lock the end cap on. However, what the Germans did that's a little different is they have the recoil spring completely enclosed in this steel tube, which is a neat idea. Prevents it from getting lost, prevents it from getting full of dirt or gunk in the gun. But if we look at the bolt face here, basically the exact same thing on both guns. Some dimensional differences, but the exact same idea. And that's pretty much it mechanically for these guns. So, we have a couple similar guns. Like I said, I kind of prefer the Beretta. But both excellent guns, both saw service during World War II, and soldiers were very happy with both of them. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune back in to ForgottenWeapons.com for more information on World War II submachine guns.